Hello, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Lori's Stories. Here's my couch. Here's Lori. It's so nice to see you. It's been a very long time. It's been so long that it's June now. So that happened. It's so summery and lovely outside. And another thing about June is that it is Pride Month. Yay! Pride Month is a great time to celebrate our differences. That's really what Pride is about. Celebrating them and accepting them and being kind to everyone, no matter who they are. So I'm going to read two books that are Pride related. One is Julian is a Mermaid. One is Worm Loves Worm. Julian is a Mermaid is about a young boy who would like to dress up like the pretty mermaids he sees. And it's important that he is accepted for wanting to dress up like a mermaid, because that's just fine. It doesn't matter if you're a little boy or little girl. Mermaids are really cool. So here's Julian as a mermaid. I'm going to show you the inside cover, because it's so cool. They all have such great bathing suits. Love it. And enough. Just the illustrations in this are so great that I'm going to show you every picture and give you lots of time to look. There you can see the ladies dressed up as mermaids. And there's Julian and his abuela, which means grandma. This is a boy named Julian, and this is his abuela, grandma. And those are some mermaids. Julian loves mermaids. There's not a lot of words in this either, so you get to tell the story yourself in the pictures. There's Julian on the subway, but he's imagining something else. Ooh. Very cool. What is happening to Julian? He's getting whisked away under the sea. But it seems like he's okay with that. But there's more. Julian imagines he's turned into a mermaid. Vámonos, mijo. This is our stop. It's Grandma saying, let's go. He's saying goodbye-bye to the mermaids. Abuela, did you see the mermaids? I saw them, mijo. Which means son or like grandson. Abuela, I am also a mermaid. I'm going to take a bath, says Abuela. You be good. Julian has a good idea. Let's see what's his good idea. Well, he's going to change out of his clothes. And what did he find? He found a plant. So far, the plants that he has put on his head. And some lipstick. I bet you can guess what he's going to do. Oh, he sees the curtain. He looks a little bit like a mermaid, doesn't he? Oh! There's Abuela catching him with his curtain. Uh-oh. It seems like Julian thinks that maybe Abuela's upset. Do you think Abuela's upset? Do we think she's upset because he's dressed a little bit like a girl? Or is she upset because he tore the curtain down? Or maybe she's not upset at all. We're going to find out. Now Julian feels a little bit sad because he doesn't want Abuela to be upset with him. Come here, mijo, says Abuela. For me, Abuela? For you, Julian. Abuela gave him her necklace. So it seems like Abuela isn't upset. She was maybe a little upset that the curtain got torn down. But she recognized that Julian wanted to dress up like a mermaid, and that's just fine. Now they're going back out. Where are we going? You will see, says Abuela. Wonder where they're going. Mermaids, whispers Julian. I see mermaids. I see jellyfish too, which I'm a big fan of. And this very fancy fish person. I don't know what fish that's supposed to be. But they're dressed up very fancy. Oh, and an octopus too. There's the octopus. They're all dressed up. They're mermaids like you, mijo. Let's join them. And there are the mermaids that they saw on the subway. And they do. And then Julian is part of the parade, which is very cool. And I'll just show you the back page again, because now the ladies are mermaids, and so is Julian. I am a big fan of that story for lots of reasons. One is because the pictures are so, so beautiful. It makes you realize and understand why someone would want to be a mermaid, because they're all so beautiful. Absolutely. Whether they're boys or girls dressed up like mermaids. I also like the fact that it's inclusive, that Abuela understands that even though Julian looks like a little boy, on the inside he feels like a mermaid. And that's just great. He can be a mermaid. And who doesn't love a parade also? That parade at the end reminds me a lot of, there's usually a pride parade at the end of June, though this year I don't think there will be one, unfortunately. Caravana also happens in August, I believe, and it's got lots of big costumes, and it's a big, colorful celebration too. And I bet Julian would love Pride and Caravana. All right, let's go to Worm Loves a Worm. A fun fact about worms is that worms are both boys and girls at the same time. And these two worms love each other, and it doesn't matter that whether they're a boy or a girl or both. They just love each other and want to get married. So I will tell you about Worm Loves Worm. Worm loves worm. Let's be married, says worm to worm. Yes, answers worm. Let's be married. Wait, says cricket. You'll need someone to marry you. That's how it's always been done. I'll marry you. Now can we be married, asks worm. Wait, says beetle. You've got to have a best beetle. Naturally, that would be me. He's all dressed up for the occasion already. He is ready for a wedding. Now can we be married, asks worm. Wait, 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 say the bees. You need bride's bees. Can we be the bride's bees? Please, please, please. Yes, says worm. Now can we be married? You'll need to get rings to wear on your fingers, says cricket. That's how it's always been done. But we don't have fingers, says worm. We can wear them like belts, says worm. Wonderful, says worm. Now we can be married. Just make sure to have a band so we can dance, says beetle. But we don't have feet to dance with, says worm. We can just wiggle around like this. That's fun, says worm. Now we can be married. You can see the teeny tiny ant band. And there's the worms wiggling with the rings on. But you still need a white dress, a tuxedo, a top hat, lots and lots of flowers, and a cake with frosting, say the bees. But we don't have heads for hats, says worm, or hands to hold flowers. And we only eat dirt, says worm. Wait, says spider. I can attach the hat and flowers to you with my sticky web. Thank you, say worm and worm. But who will eat the cake? Ask the bees. I can eat the cake along with Cricket and Beetle, says Spider. What did you say? Asked Cricket and Beetle. Nothing, says Spider with a smile. Sounds like he's going to eat all the cake. He's in it for the cake, for sure. Now we can be married, says Worm. We've got the dress and the cake and the rings. And all of their friends. But which one of you is the bride? Asked the bees. How can we be the bride's bees if we don't know who the bride is? I can be the bride, says Worm. I can too, says Worm. So one worm has the dress, one worm has the veil. They both got their rings. But one of you has got to be the groom, or how can I be best Beetle? Asks Beetle. I can be the groom, says Worm. I can too, says Worm. We can both be both. Amazing, says Spider. Really? Ask Beetle and the bees. Here we go. We've got the top hat and dress. And the little, let me see. Oh yes, he's got a suit on. And his tie and his veil. Or their veil, I should say. Because they're both the bride and both the groom. Wait, says Cricket. This isn't how it's always been done. And we'll just change how it's done, says Worm. Yes, says Worm. And so they were married because Worm loves Worm. And that is the end of my second story. I'm a very big fan of that story because it shows us that love is love. And if Worm loves Worm, then they should get married. And lots of people who love each other don't get married, and that's okay too. And lots of people are not the bride and the groom. They're neither of those things, or they're both brides or both grooms. And the worms show us that all of those things are just great. Well, thank you so much for listening to my 2 stories about pride. Yay! Happy Pride, my friends. I believe you could find both of these on the Toronto Public Library's website as an ebook. The book bank is also very excited to announce that this coming week we will be open for a little bit of time. So we will be open on Tuesday, June the 9th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Wednesday, June the 10th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. There will probably be a big line outside, but I bet you're used to standing in line now to get the stuff that used to be able to just go right in. So now you're going to have to stand in line. We ask that you wear a mask. If mom and dad don't want you to come with them, that's okay for right now. They can just come and pick up a book for you. But I think that's all I have to say about that. So Tuesday, June the 9th, 11 to 2. Wednesday, June the 10th, from 3 to 6. You can come visit us, and we'll be so happy to see you because it's been such a long time we saw you in person. You can ask about getting Pride books. There will be lots. Or you could ask about getting any other kind of thing. It's up to you. I hope we see you then. And until then, thank you for listening. Bye.